The guard had my wife by the arm, and everyone watching thought she was helpless, until her calm voice made a grown man stop like someone hit a pause button. I never expected a quiet Saturday morning to turn into a scene that would make the entire neighborhood come running. My wife Lila was out front planting a few new flowers along the walkway. Nothing illegal, nothing extreme, just simple roses she'd been excited about all week. But the HOA had recently hired a new private security company, men who acted less like guards and more like wannabe commandos. And one of them, Officer Briggs, had decided my wife's flowers were a violation. I heard the argument from inside. A harsh voice. Then my wife's soft one. Then, what made my heart stop, a shout. "Ma'am, step away! You can't be doing this!" I rushed outside, but I froze halfway down the driveway, because Briggs wasn't yelling anymore. He had grabbed my wife's arm, and was trying to pull her away from her own garden. Neighbors started gathering. Phones lifted. Whispers everywhere. But my wife didn't panic. She didn't scream. Didn't fight. Didn't even raise her voice. She just looked straight at him, steady as stone, and said one calm, razor-sharp sentence. "Officer, remove your hand from me, unless you'd like the lawsuit that ends your career." It was the tone. Not angry, not scared, just controlled. Like she knew something he didn't, and she did. Briggs's grip loosened instantly, because Lila wasn't just my wife who likes roses. She was a former federal compliance investigator, someone who trained agencies on use of force policies. She knew every regulation the HOA's private security had to follow, and every rule Briggs just broke on camera. The neighbors didn't know that, but Briggs didn't either. Until she finished. "You've now escalated without cause, used physical force on private property, and violated 3 sections of your own contract. Let go." He stepped back like he'd been burned. The crowd gasped. And right then, almost like the universe wanted to make the moment perfect, the actual HOA president walked up, confused as everyone. He saw the phones, saw my wife's reddened arm, saw Briggs trembling. Then my wife calmly explained everything. The president didn't argue. He fired Briggs on the spot, right there in front of 20 witnesses. Later, he apologized to my wife personally, and the roses stayed exactly where she planted them. On the way inside, I whispered, "You didn't even raise your voice." She smiled. That's why it worked. If you enjoyed this story, it would mean the world if you like, subscribe, and share. More emotional and dramatic real-life style stories are on the way.